Today's webinar, we're going to be talking about tracking ads and conversions inside of TheraSaaS. I got my Home Alone picture here, my Home Alone thumbnail. And what this is going to look like is, let me go ahead and put this on the other screen. What we're going to look at is I'm going to set up something called UTM tracking links for you all, and using a UTM generator. I'll explain what that is in just a few minutes. But before I get to that, I want everyone to know that there is a half-day summit that I'm co-hosting with 2 other people. My talk is going to be on how Google's new AI mode is reshaping SEO for therapists. You know, you want to know what keeps me up at night? It's this. For when I have my marketing partnership clients. I'm going to put this in the link here. Sorry, in the comments, there's a link, and it's free. You can sign up. So my talk is going to be on Google's new AI. SEO is changing. It is changing so fast, and they just rolled out AI mode to Google rolled it to like 180 some countries. So this is going to be the new way people are going to be searching. So we got to figure out what to do with that. And also, I have a YouTube channel. TheraSaaS has a YouTube channel. So go to YouTube, just type in TheraSaaS, subscribe. This webinar is going to be up there. And we got release radars, things that are coming in the pipeline. And, you know, at the end of the day, my goal is to help simplify sales and marketing for practice owners and therapists. So that's my goal. So I'm going to put a lot of educational content up there like this and showing you how to leverage TheraSaaS to help you, because practice owners have to take their marketing and sales way more seriously these days than what they used to. Okay. All right. So let's talk about UTM links. So UTM links, I mean, you have to tell Google, well, let's say this, you have to tell your analytics platforms like where traffic is coming from. Google's going to kind of have a good idea where it is. It's going to mark it like organic. You see this picture down here, or direct. Someone types it right in. Or, what's this? This here is when they used to call it Google My Business Listing. Google doesn't do this automatically. I had to tell my Google Business Listing to have a specific link in order to be able to track it like this. So you can say, and I'm going to be showing you all this in just a little bit. In due course, as my seminary professor would say, you'll find these things out in due course. But what does UTM stand for? Urchin Tracking Module. How about that? Right. So it's basically a set of tags added to a URL to provide detailed information about a website's traffic sources and campaign performances. Facebook ad uses these things. Google ads will use these. Newsletters. You know, if you click the little button, would you like to track the links and clicks and things like that? It's going to add a UTM parameter to it. Okay. And this is what it looks like inside your Google Analytics right here. So let me just jump in. Oh yeah, sorry. That's the half-day summit link. That's what it looks like. All right. So here's my wife's analytics here. And if you're inside Google Analytics, all you have to do is go to your acquisition. By the way, they change this every 3 months. So it might be different, but just go to acquisition and then go to traffic acquisition. And this little drop down here, session campaign, you can then say, what's the source and medium? And I'll explain what that is in just a minute. But just type in the campaign, what's the name there? And then that's how you can kind of see if you have anything tracking. So you can see we have Psychology Today, Google. This is a Google ad campaign here. Something not set. Not sure what that means. But these are actually newsletter campaigns. So these might be automated newsletters that we have set up. Here's a PDF that we gave, and they're coming from this PDF. But all these, Google doesn't automatically do this. These are things that I've set up to be able to track in Google Analytics, and TheraSaaS will also track these too. Okay, so I just want to show you a little bit of what this looks like on the analytics side. And let me get back to my talk here. So let's talk about what this looks like. So I'm going to share this link here, but you can just search for it. Just type in campaign URL, or just type in UTM generator, but I'll put this in the chat too, if you guys can actually get these links here. This is going to be a working webinar. Hopefully you all get to work alongside it with me here. And what I'm going to explain a couple categories here for you real quick. Okay. Campaign source. campaign medium, campaign name. I started these because these are the three main things that you should be tracking. So the campaign source, think of it as this way. Where is the traffic coming from? The campaign source is where is the traffic coming from? Another way to think about it is like, where is that link on the internet? Where is that link? Is it Google? Is it newsletter? Another website, a directory website? You know, I should just add that here. Directory site. And then you have the campaign medium, which is how are they getting to you? How are they getting to you? Is it a banner on the site? Is it a newsletter again, right? So you can still have newsletter, newsletter, and newsletter as your different tracking sources. CPC, this is cost per click. Is this an ad? All right. Paid ad, is this a banner? So how are they getting to you? And then the campaign name is why are they coming to you? So is it a spring sale? Is it an open house for your practice? Is this a group announcement, a new group announcement? This could be a newsletter title, like I showed you. Google Ads campaign name, right? So maybe you have a specific campaign that you're running. It could be a Facebook ad campaign name, all right? And then you have two other terms here. It's called campaign term and campaign content. The campaign terms is really like identifying different paid keywords inside your Google Analytics. Or this could also be your Google Ads account, or this could be the date and a date of the newsletter that was sent. And then you have your campaign content, which is specific clinician. This is all information that you can embed in a link that when someone clicks on it, your Google Analytics or TheraSaaS is going to be able to record that information. Okay. If you can, put a thumbs up in the chat and let me know that you're following okay, that this is somewhat making sense. All right. So I'm going to build it. I'm going to build it so you can see what it looks like. This is what the campaign builder looks like. So you would put your website name in here. And then you have your source, medium, campaign name, term, and content. All right. So let's just like build a sample. Let me do a shameless plug. TheraSaaS, #1 rated CRM on, thank you, Susan. #1 rated CRM on the Productive Therapist website. So what, with Uriah, a good friend of mine. So I was like, all right, I want to be able to track links or clicks that are coming from this directory site. So I set up, this is my page here. If I was to click on this link right here, I want you to notice what's going to change up here. Okay. I'm going to click on this and you'll see up here, whoops. I'm sorry, I can't. I'm going to break this down, but you'll see it's a longer link. You're going to see UTM source, Productive Therapist directory, UTM medium, Productive Therapist directory. All right. You have to squint a little bit and and then UTM campaign, Productive Therapist directory. Where are they coming from? The Productive Therapist directory. How are they getting to you? The Productive Therapist directory. Why are they coming to you? Well, I could change it, the name, but it's the Productive Therapist directory. Maybe I would say if I had multiple links, I really wanted to track it, I could say these keywords on the page. I also know there's a banner up on Productive Therapist directory. So you could say Productive Therapist banner or something like that. Actually, maybe that would be the medium would be, how do they get to you? From the banner ad. All right. So, but I just keep it all the same. It's all right. So here's what that looks like. So let's build that. All right. So we got the TheraSaaS.com. Let's go into here. Build it right here. You put your practice name in right there. And I'm just going to say, Productive Therapist directory. And I'm just going to, like, if you're thinking of your Psychology Today directory, which we'll get to in just a minute, you would do the same thing. Okay. Productive Therapist directory. All right. So I got all those three in here. And now it's going to create this big long link that you can copy. And so when I was building out this directory right here, or the call to action buttons down here, see it right here, right there. So I actually have another one, scheduled appointment. These are from customer reviews. So I have a different UTM here that I'm tracking than this one, but it's a big long link that you're going to share. Okay. All right. Vivica, thumbs up. Thank you, Marcia. Yeah. Okay. All right. We're tracking everybody. There we go. You know what's weird when doing these webinars? It's weird when doing these webinars is I'm just in a room by myself talking. It's very strange. So these little comments are actually quite helpful for me, being an extrovert. Okay. So we built out a UTM link here for there. So this is where you put your name, your practice name, and then where is it coming from? How is it coming to you? And why are they coming to you? So keep that in mind, and I can reference this. Let me jump inside a TheraSaaS account here. So this is one of my marketing clients. And what you do is you go to reporting, attribution report. This is probably my favorite report because I want to be able to see, because I have my UTM generator set up, UTM link set up. And what I'm going to do here, I'll notice that if you select contact, it will actually list the contact. Ooh, let me go back to full screen. Sorry about that, everybody. All right. I took off the contact here because that's going to show PHI. So what I'm going to do is just click off of that here. There we go. All right. So you can see that it's tracking all the traffic. And I like to, let's go ahead and just make this more than 100 or make that 100. So it tracks everything, right? So a lot of direct traffic, a lot of people typing right into it. Okay. So let's go to filters here and let's just say, I want to dig in. So these will automatically populate right here. These are the campaign names. This will automatically populate as traffic is coming from those different sources. Okay. We have Psych Today and Therapy for Black Girls. So for Psychology Today, click on this here. I'm going to click apply. And you will see that Psychology Today, we have all this information and it's coming. We have a UTM term here. All right. So let's go back. And then content. Oh, this is interesting. I actually have it for both because I don't think I knew how it was going to track. So let's go back here. So all the campaign source, medium, campaign name, that's all Psychology Today, just one big link. And then the campaign term and the content. You can add a specific clinician here. If you have multiple Psychology Today profiles, you want to be able to segment that information inside TheraSaaS, add that specific clinician. That's what we have right here for Larissa. Okay. Let's go back to filters and let's just see, can we add Therapy for Black Girls too? Does that add it or there we go. Okay. So she's also on the Therapy for Black Girls site and you can see that the content and the term is actually Kayla, someone on her team. So, again, Therapy for Black Girls, DIR for directory. So this is what that would look like, right? I'm just pasting that in here. That's how we're tracking it. And then this would be your website. Is this all making sense so far? And let me ask, just put in if it's making sense, and then have you done this before? Or is this all brand new information for you? So Tony has got a great question here. Thank you. I'm just going to jump over here to this. It's so disorienting to present when you don't have faces to talk to. Yeah, I've done that. It feels so strange every time. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for identifying with me there. But yeah, go ahead and put have you done this before? Is this all new information? I'm curious of where the audience is at on this. All right, so let's see as you are going back to that. So we showed a little bit, and I want to show you this. I'm going to double click on this. I have not done this before, new to me. Okay, thank you, Allison. I'm going to click on this here, and this is what it looks like inside TheraSaaS. Sorry, I'm too zoomed in for it to. There we go. So you can see here, it's considered direct traffic, but because they click directly on the link, the campaign, this is going to be a newsletter campaign. And email, UTM email, yep, newsletter source. And then the term here is the date. So depending on your email provider, But there's inside TheraSaaS, you can click a button that says track the links and the clicks, and it will automatically add all this information for you. Okay, if you're going to use TheraSaaS as your newsletter provider. Couple questions here. Okay, Shannon says all new for me. Okay, good. Thank you. I've never done this before. New to me. All new to me. I actually just set up my Google Analytics account. I had an ads account, but not analytics. Yeah. Yeah. So now analytics can be like a repository for your ads and for, I'm going to show you how to set up your Google Ads tracking if you haven't done it inside TheraSaaS yet. And then what's up, Stephanie? Will this be available to review in the future? Yes, I'm recording this. It's going to be going up on the TheraSaaS YouTube channel, which is why you should go there and subscribe. Man, I just like the young kids. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty new. Just tried this week. Good. Susan's saying all new. Will you be sending notes? Yes. Notes and receipts. Notes and receipts. Okay. Let's take a look at Psychology Today. I know we referenced it a few times. Productive therapist, CRM. Okay, Psychology Today. Here's my lovely wife, Susan. This is the back end of Psychology Today. So what you would do here, let's just call this Kid Matters, counseling.com, and then Psychology Today. I like to use underscores, keeps it simple for these programs to track, I think. Not a valid URL, sorry. Is that better? There we go. So we have our link here. That's how you build it. And let's talk a little bit about Psychology Today. I do have a knowledge base on Psychology Today inside TheraSaaS because I have a different strategy with it. So this is inside my wife's profile, and just add that to the link here. If I click on this, you'll see this right here pop up. You'll see the UTM source, Psychology Today, and all the other ones right there. Ironically, and I don't understand this, it's TheraSaaS was not able to track her Psychology Today, and I don't know why. I don't know if Psychology Today is starting to strip links or what, but a lot of my other clients inside TheraSaaS, it tracks. So I'm not sure. By the way, you do not need the Psychology Today seal on it. You know what this is? Let me tell you Psychology Today's dirty little secret. It's a smart secret. What they do is that is a backlink. So they want every Psychology Today member to put this on their website because Google's going to see that as a backlink back to the Psychology Today website. And that, my friends, is how they rank for the top 1, 2, 3, 4 organic positions in Google search, because there are thousands and thousands of members pointing their websites back to Psychology Today, because it's going to be HTML code on this thing. I don't know if I should click on this, but right here, look at that. That's all code with a backlink. And here's the reality is you don't need it because most people don't even care if your Psychology Today verified. What does it mean anyways? What does it mean anyways? So little dirty secret. You don't need it. I don't, but it's smart. A lot of directory websites do it. It builds your SEO. And that is another reason why it's hard to rank on Google these days, is because you have all these directory sites. It used to be Psychology Today. Okay, this is a rant. So it used to be just be Psychology Today and maybe Good Therapy. They would do their SEO work, rank high. Now there's tons of directory sites all doing the same thing. And what that's doing is it's pushing independent practices in their SEO down further and further on Google. And now with AI mode and all these other things happening with Google, you may not even see organic, what they call links to the open web sites to like Kid Matters or your website. And so this is what's happened with directory websites. Okay, so we have the sorry for the rant, but this is the reality of SEO. By the way, oh man, did I share the link? Here's the link to the talk that I'm giving on AI mode. I think it's going to be really important with Google. So it's a half-day summit with the group practice scaling. Sorry if I didn't put that in there before, but there it is. All right, let's get back to this. So when it comes to Psychology Today, you want to track traffic. Say you want to track a phone call. Well, you can go inside of TheraSaaS and buy a phone number. You don't have to get it A2P compliant because you're not going to text from it. Just buy a phone number through TheraSaaS, and that's just your Psychology Today profile, and you can go in and track calls that way. So inside TheraSaaS, you'll see how many times that number was called. If you're into that, I used to be into that. I'm not into that anymore because I found out that here's the website here. You'll notice that there is no way to call or to submit a form through Psychology Today. That is because when you email them, you say, "Hey, look, looks like you removed the option to call you." Because if you email them, a little pop-up's going to be like, "Good job. Thanks for submitting something to Susan, a form to Susan. While you're waiting, why don't you look at these other therapists?" And I'm like, I don't want Psychology Today recommending my competition. So what I did is I removed that link because I know if I can get people to Susan's website, it converts a lot better. Why? Because look at this. Look at these guys. Just so you know, you're leaving Psychology Today. Ooh. Makes no sense. They don't need that. They could just send it right to you, but it's okay. Let me kind of ranty today. What's happening to me? Kind of ranty. Okay, here we go. So you'll see the Psychology Today links are all up there. Okay. Or sorry, the UTM tracking links, because I know if I can get people to the my wife's website, they'll interact with a longer video, they'll click around, and they're now off of Psychology Today. Now, it's in the best interest of Psychology Today to keep you on your website, on the Psychology Today profile. That's why they do that, keep you clicking around, right? Because they want to be able to show you ROI. So this is what, this is how we do it with, I recommend this. If you have a good website and you think it converts well, get them off of Psychology Today. Track the traffic, right? Use the UTM link so you can see who's coming. And once you're inside TheraSaaS, let me show you just one more thing here. So again, the person isn't being shown, the contact. But if you go to, let's click off this here, go to event and then say form submitted. You can then right here, you can see you would see the contact's name, but I have it taken off now. But you'll see here that paid search, it would actually show you the person who converted from the Google Ads that filled out a TheraSaaS form. Okay, so you can see here if your Psychology Today traffic is actually converting. And I also found like Psychology Today, like their the forms and things like they fill out natively inside of Psychology Today. They're just kind of kicking the tires. So but yeah, so I think this is like, look at Bing right here. Google Docs. Okay. So maybe that's like a lead generator. So, and you can see here the Google Ads. Now, why I like this is that for practice owners, you don't have to jump into Google Ads. I'm going to show you that in a minute though, within TheraSaaS, kind of a deeper dive into Google Ads, but you can just kind of see how your ads are working if you have these links all set up. All right. A couple comments here. Shannon said, "I'm loving the rant. I have my own issues with Psychology Today, so I appreciate the good rant." Okay, good. Good. Oh man. Thank you to that. That's fun. Okay. So we talked about Psychology Today. Does anyone have, Tony, rants are my favorite. Does anyone else have any Psychology Today questions for me? Please, I'm here for it. I don't know what rage mode looks like. Maybe that's AI. Maybe that's during the virtual. Come to the virtual summit. It's free. Sign up for it. And you can see not just rant mode. Maybe I'll get into rage mode when it comes to Google, because it's affected me in my own SEO, and I'm going to break it all down. I come with receipts to this. Yeah, but let me know if you have any more questions on Psychology Today before we move on. Yes, you should have a video on Psychology Today. You should have pictures of your office on Psychology Today. There's also, I'm pretty sure I got a video on this somewhere on the internet, but I try to keep these really short as possible, as short as possible. Because what I'm trying to do is qualify people. Like I'm trying to qualify the traffic, and then get them to click on the website to go visit Susan and then the other Kid Matters clinicians. By the way, if you look at your Google Analytics, there's a good chance that your therapist page here is probably the second most clicked page on your website, the about page and the therapist page. So I think I built a great website here, and I want people clicking around. I want them on it. I want them on it. All right. Yeah. Any questions on more psychology today? Or if not, you can say, move on, Brent. Tired of the rant. Please move on. Please move on. As I am moving on, we're going to be talking about Google Ads in just a minute. Let me just double check and make sure I got everything. Great. We do have a support article on this Google Ads conversion. This one that I created, 6 months ago or so, 8 months ago, it's changed a little bit. It's kind of similar, but Google Ads changed the conversion tracking thing around. But I'm going to show you at least how to set up the tracking links for a bare minimum. Okay. All right. So let's jump over to how to actually get to the support article. So knowledge base right here. Jump over here to the knowledge base. And by the way, if you have any issues, just reach out and submit a support ticket. But our knowledge base has a fair amount of articles. We're always building it out. But this article here on how to set up Google Ads conversion tracking, and then I have a little video down here of what it looks like. Okay. Let's jump over to Google Ads. I already shared that link. Okay. So here inside of this, I'm going to just put this in the chat right now in case anybody wants to grab it. That link there. So inside there's this UTM tracking template. You need to copy this and you need to paste it. So log into your Google Ads account, go to your admin, go to your account setting up here. Okay. And then go to tracking and then paste that all in here. Don't forget to hit save, but you can also test it, and it's going to test the landing, like do some landing page testing and things like that. Okay. This way you can now start to track Google Ads like this. So they show up inside TheraSaaS and even in your Google Analytics with this type of information. Okay. So that's going to be really important. So that's all good to go. All right. So that's how you set it up in Google Ads. Admin, account, tracking, put it in there, boom, set it and forget it. I did a coaching call with another practice owner. It's not so many of these Google Ads. I don't know. I'm going to do a whole video. This could be a rage video. Let me know if you want a video like this. Okay, not a rage video, but let me know if you want a video like this, where I'm going to break down what practice owners need to know about Google Ads managers and how to engage with them, how to ask the right questions and like their philosophy. Because honestly, I've been on so many calls where practice owners have spent thousands of dollars on Google Ads and there really wasn't much ROI. They didn't really work out. And I'm trying to understand this from a Google Ads manager perspective. I run on my own Google Ads for my partnership marketing clients. And so I've just been doing it for like 7 years at this point, and it's changed a lot. So I get it. You have to spend more money for it to work. There's so much more competition. Allison said, yes, please. Marcia said, that sounds good. And so, yeah, I jumped on a call. I do this a lot, and like an hour-long consultation. You can pay for it. And I jump in and I just review. It's like a second opinion, right, on your Google Ads. And this one practice owner, TheraSaaS subscriber, she's great, but she was spending thousands of dollars. I think after that call, I think I was going to save her $3,000 to $4,000 or $5,000 a month on Google Ads because they were just all searches that she didn't want to show up for. Like just things just kind of broke down. The conversion tracking wasn't set up. So it's just like a hot mess. So I'm going to kind of say, hey, this is how you work with Google Ad managers. These are the kind of the questions you need to ask. I'm thinking about doing that video. And Charlotte said, yes, that would be very insightful. Yeah, because, you still, I think you kind of need Google Ads still, but you don't need to spend thousands of dollars every month. think you can kind of just do it. Like, it just all depends, but they're just very expensive now. All right. Not quite a rant. We're getting there. All right. So let's jump into inside TheraSaaS. This is what I love about TheraSaaS on this. You've got your conversion tracking set up. And so the system's going to track where those leads are coming from. And let me just jump into here. I spend like a couple $100 a month with my wife's practice, Susan's practice. And I'm going to jump in here. You can see I've run a lot of campaigns in the past. Let me zoom in here and you'll see these are the ones that are active, how many clicks, how much we cost. I think I did it like the last couple months or this year. I can't remember. Yeah, since the beginning of the year. We don't spend a ton. What I love about TheraSaaS, and here's what I don't quite understand how we break this apart yet. You have sales and leads, and you'll have a number here. If I was to click on this, it would pop up all the leads inside TheraSaaS that were converted inside of Google Ads. I have a feeling it's how I might have set up the Google Ads itself a little bit on why it's some marked are sales and some are leads, but we have 13 total because these are all different unique contacts. And so now you can start to see what they call cost per sale. So it's $400 cost per sale, cost per lead, $337 cost per lead. Not great, right? You want that lower. But a lot of this is just what I have a different approach to Google Ads a little bit because we have a really good brand already, a lot of good organic traffic from like Google Business that I don't need to spend a lot. And it's just sort of like being there on those really important keywords. So again, back 7 years ago, you throw ads up on Google. I mean, it was just like, you're just raining money. Like it was just, leads were just flying in. Yeah. Is that a little bit better, Stephanie? I'm trying to zoom in a bit more. Yeah, sorry, but back in the day, the leads would come in. Google Ads has completely changed, and they've messed it up because they're like, use our AI mode, which is trash. It's total trash. I've tested it, lost a bunch of money with it. So this is how we're tracking Google Ads inside TheraSaaS using the tracking code inside that help desk, right? So you're just using those UTM parameters. Okay. Now let's do the bonus. I have a bonus for you all here. Seeing none on Google Ads. If you have questions on Google Ads, leave them. Psychology, I'll still answer them. I'm still looking at the comments here. Just want to make sure okay, good. All right. This is the next thing that you really have to be tracking is going to be Google Business Profile. This is the last bastion of hope for practice owners now because everything else has been cannibalized by big therapy and venture capital money. So you need to have a good and solid Google Business Profile. So let me show you how to track some of these links because you have multiple links in it. Let me see here. Okay. I might need to bring up a different window. Let me try this here. Because this is like the back end. Excuse me. Yeah, let me share this window here real quick. Okay. So here is the Google Business Profile for Kid Matters Counseling. You're going to have a couple different links here that you could track. The first one is the website link. So I'm going to show you the other one too. There's usually sometimes like an appointment link. Here's an appointment link. Let me just show. If I was to click on that, that's a different UTM code or UTM link. These here can have unique UTM links as well when somebody clicks on it. Apparently, learn more, right? So there's the certain UTM links up there. All right. So you can track just about all the links if you want, but the mostly you're going to want the website link, maybe the appointment link. I've seen that show up. So, and then these are products. If you don't have a products built out in your Google Business Profile, please do that. Please have this filled out. This is going to be very important for you. All right, so let me go back and let's break that down, what that can look like. Now we're moving into the more advanced tracking. So let's get back to the other screen. Okay. So for the website button, your source can be Google. So where is that link? Where are they coming from? How are they getting there? It's organic. And then why? The why is the Google business profile / listing, or it could just be by itself. It's up to you. You can name these whatever you want. You could call it Google, business profile, or you could just have Google business profile just as that. And you could say web link if you want it to be more clear. All right. Now your posts. So when you create links in the posts right here, these are products. Or a post, you could just call it products if you want. Did they get it? They might have done away with posts actually, or maybe it hasn't been in a while. Okay, we haven't updated in a while. You could say Google organic and then offer post or whatever. So let's just take this for example. We're going to say Kid Matters Counseling, campaign source, Google business profile. We'll say website link. And then how do they get there? It's organic. And the campaign name be actually, hold on a second. Campaign source, campaign name. Am I mixing these up? Source, campaign. Sorry, I'm messing this up. Source is Google. Sorry about that. Where am I? Okay, source is going to be Google. Organic, right there, is the website link. So now you're breaking that down a little bit more. And so all you have to change for each one really. So here's what that looks like. Right here, there's your link. And all you have to change now is your different campaigns. So you have your post, your Google post offer or products. Sorry, this is going to be products, right? If you want, you could even do maybe a differentiator here. So if you want to differentiate, you could say name the product. So maybe it's family therapy. And now you have that. So now you're tracking. You're getting really in-depth links on what your really specific links, I should say. Okay. Now you have the appointment post right here. This shows up on Students Analytics often. And yeah, so this is what it looks like. So at the end of the day, Google business profile, Google, organic, and then the campaign will be like, what is that specific button? All right. Any questions on the Google post? Am I missing something? Is there a question that you're like, oh, I want this answer, or Brent, I'm confused about this? Because this is your time. This is our time. It's your time. It's just us in here. We're just hanging out together. We're just hanging out. Let me take a sip of water. Nothing yet. Let's see here. Yeah, we're getting close to the end here. The link. Okay, here we go. Thank you. The link you get when that has all the YouTube info, what do you do with it? Yeah. Okay, so once you get this link, let's see here, right? You grab this link, copy that link, and you get into your Google business profile and you update that link. So you just get in here, edit profile, and then wherever you can find those links is where you put it. I don't even know. I haven't been in here in a long time. Contact, location, hours, more. So I don't know. You find out wherever that link goes, and that's where you put it. Right here, website. There's that. And then when you create different products, I imagine that's where you go. That is like our different posts. You can then, when you add a post here, event, add or whatever offer, update it, And then you should be able to add a link to that right there. Okay. Okay, good. Yeah. What other questions you have? That was a good question. As you're getting ready to post those, just remember to go to the TheraSaaS YouTube channel and subscribe. My goal is to get many more subscribers. I have another channel that's almost at 1,000. That was for a different business, but I'm focusing all of my education is now going here. This is where it's all going to live. So that's that. If you haven't yet, please register for the Group Practice Scaling Summit, the half-day virtual summit. Let me just, we're going to be talking about the Google AI mode. The other thing we're going to be talking about is how to run a ketamine-assisted therapy practice. That's going to be cool. And then Uri Guilford from Productive Therapist is going to be talking about how to use AI as like your business assistant. So he's got a lot of good things on that. So, all right, we are at the end. If there isn't any more questions, I will wait just another minute or so. But if this was helpful, put a thumbs up in the chat. Let me know that you enjoyed it. And appreciate y'all coming in and hanging out with me for about 45 minutes. So yeah, thank you so much. And I will see you in the next deep dive video. All right. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone.